Born in Adelaide, Australia, Adam was raised in Canberra, the nation's capital. As a kid, he worked at McDonald's, mowed lawns and washed cars to make money while finishing high school. Adam left home at age 15 and began his first job earning $183 a week, working in a one-hour photo shop in Browns Plains, Brisbane. Over the last 20 years, Adam has started 17 different companies. In 2005, he co-founded one of the first crowdfunding platforms in the world, which raised over $100 million for startups before taking it public in 2008. In 2011, he moved to the US and started a small animation company in Hollywood, California. The business quickly grew to doing around 400 animation projects a year, working for some of America's top companies, including Cisco, Volvo, Canon, the World Bank, UNICEF, McDonald's and MasterCard. Today, Adam owns 4 separate companies around the Amazon ecosystem. His book, Prime, Your Guide to Building a Thriving Amazon Business, went #1 on Amazon in 6 countries. He's been featured in the Wall Street Journal, Inc. magazine, Newsweek, and has appeared on NBC, ABC, Sky Business News, Fox, and Times Square Today. He's also been interviewed on Focus TV, The Brian Tracy Show, Moving America Forward with William Shatner, and he's currently co-authoring the book with US broadcasting legend Larry King. Adam was recently invited to speak at the United Nations in New York City, where he addressed business leaders about social entrepreneurship and how his companies have embedded social causes into their business models from day one. Adam's companies have made a large number of interest-free microloans to third world entrepreneurs, and they provide free eye surgery to hundreds of needlessly blind people in Indonesia every year.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. My name is Adam Hudson. It is such a pleasure to have you with us here this fine evening. What a week it's been. The news cycle has been insane. The world is watching on to see who is going to be the next US president. As we sit here tonight, it looks like Biden is almost there, but who knows what's going to happen as the counts get recounted and all the rest. But the important thing is you're here tonight. I want to thank you for that up front, and what a privilege to be here. So guys, tonight we are going to do something really cool. We're going to unveil a product which we've been advertising in our YouTube ads, our Facebook ads, and in our emails. I'm going to show you the exact product that I would launch with right now if I was starting again on Amazon. We've got a whole bunch of other products that I'm going to show you, and we're going to have a great time here together. Now, if you haven't done one of my live webinars before, welcome for the very first time. What I would encourage you to do is grab your notepad. So get a notepad and a pen, take it down, because this event is live. It is currently, what time is it? 7:01 on Thursday, and we are going to rock and roll on the 5th of November. We are going to go here for a bit over an hour, I think, depending on how much I riff on different ideas. Now, before we get going, I want to just, first of all, thank you for being here, because I know there's lots of things demanding your attention right now, whether you're watching this live with me as I'm doing it, or whether you're watching the recording sometime after. But, you know, attention is a key and important thing. So thank you for bringing it. What I'd encourage you to do is pay close attention. Close down any other apps that you have going. Make sure you put your phone on silent. Really listen in, because as we broadcast from our studios here in Burleigh Heads tonight, I'm not sure where this message finds you. This has been one hell of a year. For some people it's been great. For many people it's been really difficult. For our friends in Melbourne, they've been in lockdown for such an extended period. Lots of love and thoughts go out to you guys. But no matter where this message finds you, tonight is about learning. And what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is something that has had such a profound impact on my life, and now the lives of thousands of other Australians around the country that we've helped, as well as other countries around the world. We've now sold our program into 45 countries. We have over 11,000 students globally. And what's really exciting is the sales these students have generated on Amazon. Now more than $1.3 billion in sales from our student community, which is quite extraordinary. Now you might be thinking, is that a bullshit number? Is that just something you make up? How do you know that? We actually own a piece of software that our students use, or a lot of them use, and that software connects their actual Amazon seller account to our software, so we know to the dollar what our students are actually doing, because we can track their sales individually, because it provides data to them and so on. But we know the numbers, we know what they're selling, we know the numbers, and it's super, super exciting to see those kinds of results coming to ordinary, everyday people who found their way to our business in the same way you did. They saw a Facebook ad, a YouTube ad, maybe they were on our email list, they attended a webinar like this, and they decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. And what a time to give this a go. We are now in the midst of the largest transference of wealth in the retail sector from brick and mortar to online in the history of retailing as an industry. In fact, when you look at it earlier this year, when this terrible situation struck the planet that we've been dealing with, it was estimated that McKinsey said that the growth of online retail experienced 10 years of growth in the first 3 months of 2020. Can you imagine that? 10 years of growth in the first 3 months of 2020. So your timing to be looking at an e-commerce business could not be better. Amazon as a company came out just last week, announced their Q3 results, not their Q4 results. So Q4 is historically their biggest quarter for the year. They are up 40% year on year, and they're a 25-year-old company. They did over $100 billion in sales for 1 quarter, in 1 quarter, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. So your timing is impeccable, and getting started in e-com today is such an exciting opportunity. And as you'll see tonight, there is a huge, huge opportunity to be selling not a lot of products, just 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, or 5 products to a global audience from wherever you are in the world, without having to actually fill your garage or even touch a physical product yourself. Now, before we get going, I'm going to give you the outline of tonight. So as you guys know, we are a professional education company. We've been in business since 2015 teaching Amazon. As I said just before, we now have students in over 45 countries, 11,000 students globally. Aaron, my producer, and I are here in the studio tonight. He's going to throw to a wide shot so you can just see where I am in the studio. That's me waving to you in the far corner, okay, as you can see. We have a full studio here, and if you look at that on the wall, Aaron, you might want to throw back to that. If you look on the wall to my right in that shot, you'll see next to the big runner, it says World's Best Amazon Training. We painted that up on that wall when we moved into this premises, because that was our singular goal, to become and to produce the world's best Amazon training on the basis of results produced by our student body, which we are incredibly proud of. And those students this year have experienced record sales. It's been an amazing period for sure. So that's what we're going to get into tonight. Now, that being said, we are an education company, so normally when you turn up to a webinar like this, they go along, they give you a little bit of value, as little as they can, and at the end there's this big sell where they stack up the value of what they're selling to some ridiculous number, and then they tell you tonight only it's going to be discounted from $38,997 down to $2,997 or whatever it is that they do. We hate that shit, so what we do is we tell you up front what the offer is for the evening, and that way the pressure is off. You can pay attention what's going on. You've probably seen our website already but prior to getting here, but if you haven't, you can go there anytime. You can see that our main Amazon program retails for USD, because we sell it globally, for $2,997, and I'm going to go through a little bit later what's in that. But we have a very unique thing that we're doing, and it is unique tonight, and it runs through to Sunday night. We're going to discount that for you down to $1,997, so you're going to save a whole $1,000 US. Now, you can go to our website anytime. You'll see it is $2,997. We are discounting it for this 3 days, so for today, tomorrow, Saturday, until Sunday midnight, to $1,997 USD, or you can pay for it in 4 payments of $597 USD over 4 payments, so you get a little bit cheaper if you pay up front. If you do want to sign up at any time, the link is on screen now, rel.link/go, and then you can just pick which of those 2 options you want to go with. At the end of the day, guys, if you are here tonight because you want change. If you are ready to leave 2020 behind and you want to start 2021 with something new, something that you can be proud of, something that you are building for your family, a business that you can give to your kids one day, or live off the cash flow to have more time for family, more time for travel, more freedom, then you are in the right spot. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, I moved to the United States in 2011 and I started an animation company based in Hollywood, California, in Los Angeles. And I lived there until 2015 building that company up, which I sold it in 2015 after having won the business of a whole bunch of Fortune 100 companies. We did work for McDonald's, MasterCard, Canon, Volvo, Cisco, the World Bank, UNICEF, and a whole bunch of other very well-known household brands. In addition to that, I also did work for some of the most successful startups that were coming out of Silicon Valley in that period. And essentially I had a team of animators, artists, voice actors, creative directors, and so on that produced some of the best animated videos in the world at that time. Now, while I was building that company, I was the sole founder and shareholder of that business. When I was building that company, I decided to start selling products on Amazon as a hobby. And the reason I wanted to do that is I always fantasized about owning my own brand of something physical that people go, oh, those coffee cups, I love those. And I'm like, yeah, that's my brand. I own that company. So I started in 2011, late 2011, early 2012. I went live on the platform for the first time. And something extraordinary happened. I nearly failed. For the first 5 months on Amazon, I struggled. But in the 6th month, I went to a conference. I met some people who took a look at my listing and said, oh, this is what you're doing wrong, change that and that. And my business took off. In fact, in the first month, after I had had that 5-month horror run of not really know what I was doing, I hired a coach. That 6th month in business, I turned over $16,000 US, which was pretty cool. And then my business grew and grew from there. Went to 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month, and so on. And I grew from 1 product to 8 in that brand, and I distributed them into 33 countries through Amazon, all without touching my own product. I was ordering it right out of China, having it shipped directly into Amazon's fulfillment center in the US, and then selling across the United States. And then when I grew, I shipped over into a warehouse of Amazon's in London. And then from that one warehouse in London, I was able to sell into a whole bunch of European countries like Spain, Italy, Germany, France, the United Kingdom, all from one warehouse. So I had inventory in 2 warehouses, and my products were being sold to literally 600 million people in those countries every single day, which is where the massive leverage of Amazon comes from, and why I was so excited about this business, because I knew that I would sell the animation company at some point. I knew I wanted to come home to here in Australia on the Gold Coast, and I wanted to have a business that was exposed to those massive international markets that enabled me to be anywhere in the world, and that's exactly what Amazon brought me. And when I moved home in 2015, I wrote this book here because a lot of people were asking me about how I did it. It's called Primed, Your Guide to Building a Thriving Amazon Business. The book and my story got picked up by the press, and I ended up doing a lot of press with Sky Business News, Moving America Forward, Times Square Today, New York City, and a whole bunch of others. And then I wrote a very simple course. The first version of the course had 35 videos in it. Today there's more than 200. And the course went on to become perhaps the most successful Amazon program in the world, certainly on the basis of student results and maybe in terms of gross sales as well. So it's been a really interesting journey. And I think the key to our success as a company has been that we are very direct. We tell people how it is. We tell people, hey, this is a real business. This is a skill that you have to learn. And you know, we all know how life works. The easier the thing is to do, the less talent, not talent, but the less effort it takes to learn, the less you get paid. So if you think about simple jobs like being a cleaner or being a waiter or a waitress, not that there's anything wrong with these jobs, honorable work, but they're the types of work that anybody can do with very minimal training. Whereas if somebody becomes a specialist at something and learns a special skill set, then your income goes up as well. And if you're stuck right now, if you are not making more money and you're stuck at maybe making 80 grand or 100 grand or 150 grand a year and you don't know how to go any further, the answer is skills. And so when I look at what's going on with the politics and I look at what's going on with people being afraid right now, through an entrepreneurial mind to an entrepreneurial lens. I can just learn a new skill. I can make a new product. I can distribute my product into a new market. When you have the creative mind and you have the skills necessary to grow, you are not limited by what's going on in the market. It doesn't matter whether it's going up or whether it's going down. Once you have the skill and you know how to create value, and tonight I'm going to show you specifically one product I'd sell, but I'm actually going to show you several, and I'm going to start teaching you this skill of learning global e-commerce from anywhere in the world, starting as small as you like. For example, this little product here is a stuffed penguin, right? You can buy this for about $1.50 out of China very, very easily. It sells for about $14. This one does about 13,000 US dollars a month. And tonight I'm going to show you how to choose products and how to differentiate them, how to make them sustainable, and how to also do products that you're proud of. This is not about selling cheap shit on the internet that's going to block up the environment that you're embarrassed to talk about. It's about how to build a brand you love around a product that you're proud of into a marketplace that is global and you can live anywhere in the world. Like, seriously, guys, for most of us watching this, this here earns as much as a fully paid off investment property, right? And you can buy these for $1 each. 1,000 of them will cost you $1,000 out of China. What if something like that was producing $2,000, $3,000 a month profit for you? Would that not make a huge difference into your life? Yes or no? So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I'm going to show you those things. As you saw in the trailer at the start, I've taught this now all over the world. We've had massive success doing it. But I wanted to show you some of the people that have actually been affected by this training. This is one of our students here, Michael. As you can see here, this is a real Facebook post in our private Facebook group. $15,000 US in a single month. This is Wade, who's a school teacher from Perth, Western Australia. You can see in his first 30 days on the platform, he generated 50,000 US dollars in sales in the first 30 days on the platform. This is a lady called Annika from Melbourne. This is her first week on Amazon. She did reached over $1,000 a day in sales. That's a photo of my business partner, Joe, and Annika and her son at the airport in Bali, where we were doing some charity work together when she actually went live. And you can see here, that quickly grew to 65,000 Australian dollars in a month. That's 49,000 US in a month. These are two very good friends of mine from Sydney. This is Brendan and Jane. As you can see, they are over 50, so they're not digital natives. They owned a news agency in Bondi, Westfield. They actually still own it, I believe. This is a post they recently put in where they broke $8,300 US for the day selling on Amazon. This next shot is them when they broke the $100,000 mark for the first time for the month. These are all US dollars that we're talking about here tonight, living in Sydney. This is Mike and Mary. This is a lovely, lovely couple from Adelaide. Mike was a furniture repairer, had a little franchise doing that, and Mary was a scientist. This is when they broke 200,000 US dollars for the month, 12,000 US dollars for the day when they posted that. So I just wanted you to see that, guys, because those are just a few of the many students that we now have around the world that have just crushed it on Amazon. We have everybody making money from $1,000 a month to our top student doing over $25 million a year on Amazon today. So this is an extraordinary time to be looking at it. As I say, what we love about it is at the heart of this is global distribution. What Amazon is a global distribution system for your idea. And the wonderful part about it, at the core of this business, is what we call Amazon FBA. That stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. What's so awesome about this is, let's say you're in the penguin business and you order 1,000 of these from China. Instead of them being sent to your garage and then you sell them and then you ship them and pack them yourself, you send them direct from China to the marketplace, into an Amazon fulfillment center or warehouse in the market you want to sell. Then you create a listing, just like if you've ever sold something on Gumtree or you put your car up for sale on car sales, same thing, photos, descriptions, some keywording and stuff like that. And then it's on sale to this global marketplace, which means you can be anywhere in the world and you can travel wherever you want. You don't have to hold inventory or in-house yourself, and it gives you unbelievable opportunity, which is so, so exciting for you. So with that said, what I'd like to do, guys, is I want to start off by, first of all, showing you a short video. Now, this video only runs for about 2 minutes. And what this video is a quick navigation tour of Amazon.com. And it shows you a bunch of different products that are on Amazon right now. But what's interesting about the video is it shows you how much per month these products are doing. Now, the reason that in US dollars, the reason I want you to see this is I want you to calibrate your brain, because most people who haven't sold on a mega platform like Amazon don't realize how much money is being made there. Imagine every Westfield shopping center in Australia combined, even before COVID, when it was booming. Amazon.com is getting more traffic to their website than every Westfield shopping center in Australia combined every single day, hands down. So if you become an Amazon seller, you are putting your stuff, it's like having a little kiosk in the biggest mega shopping center in the world. You don't need to sell a lot of things, you just need to sell the right thing in the right way to do really well. But before we have that teaching, before I jump in and actually start unpacking these strategies for you, please just expand your mind a little bit and take a look at the revenue numbers on these products, which is just a random collection of different products, just to show you how much money there is in the most random shit you can imagine. Let's roll the tape. Okay guys, so here we are on Amazon.com. This is the US website. So the numbers we're going to show you here are just from sales in the US. Remember, as a seller, you could launch your products anywhere in the world. You could launch them on Amazon Germany, Amazon Australia, Amazon Italy, and so on. This is just America, and I want to show you how big a market this is. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how easy it is to get some data on different things. As you can see here, a recent search I did was dog seat car covers. Now, or dog car seat covers, I should say. If you go down here, you can see them loading up here, and using this piece of software down in the bottom corner, we just click on this, and what it's going to do is it's going to instantly tell us how much revenue per month each of these products are selling in US dollars per month. And it's really awesome, because back when I started on Amazon, this software didn't exist. But if you have a look over here, you can see that the average monthly revenue of a dog seat car cover on page 1 of Amazon is $32,000 a month. And down here, you can scroll down. If you have a look here, this result here that's popping up, that one there, is doing $68,000 a month. That's US dollars. The next one down, $51,000 US dollars a month. If you scroll down, you can see some of these are really big. $121,000. This one's $164,000 US dollars a month. $97,000 a US month. You can hover over it to see which one it is. Very, very big dollars, and it's instantly available to us by using this software. And there's a whole bunch of other useful information here, which we won't go into now, but you can see the average price of a car seat cover for dogs is $37, $32,000 a month. Now, when you think that there are 50 results just on page 1, 50 times 30 grand a month means that the average of page 1 is over $1.5 million. So $1.5 million a month just off the first page of dog seat covers that you can see here listed on Amazon. They're doing collectively $1.5 million a month, which is just insane. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to change gears here and show you a really random one that I found, which is garden markers. Now, I really like this little product because it's so simple, really small, easy to freight, not expensive to get started in. These are just little tags that people put in their garden next to their lettuce, their carrots, their spinach to identify them and so on. I just love how simple this little product is. And when you load the data up on this, as you can see, it's loading up here now, and we'll have the results in just a minute. It's really fascinating how much money there is. Look at this. The average garden marker is doing $5,529 US dollars per month just off a garden marker. This first one's doing $26,000. Look at that, $26,000 a month. This one, $27,000 a month. The next one down here, you can see $10,000. $3,000, etc., all the way down. This one's doing $30,000. This one's doing $3,000. This one's doing $1,400 a month. Just think for a minute how much of a difference it would make. Forget about $5,000 a month. If you were just doing half that, $2,500 US dollars a month, and you had 4 different styles on here, How much would that change your life? Just incredible when you think about it. The last one I want to show you here is another one around the garden area, which is, these were inspired, by the way, just by looking out my window at home and after doing the gardening one day and thinking about what kinds of things you could sell. This was a bird feeder. So I looked up bird feeders. This is what you see when you look at bird feeders on page 1 of Amazon here in the United States. Who would have thought that birds feeders sell as much as they do? Have a look at this. When we load the data up and have a look at the results, you'll be amazed. The average bird feeder is doing $29,000 per month. You can see here, this first one here is doing 18,000, the second one 9,000. Click down a few more. This one's doing 161,000. This one's doing 73,000. This is US dollars a month just off bird feeders on Amazon. So hopefully this is really demonstrating to you how big the American market is for things as simple as this. But look at the results, just incredible on the most random items. So hopefully you can see here how simple it is to use software to identify opportunities for you to sell on Amazon. Okay, welcome back. How awesome is that? Every time I see that video, it blows my mind just how big that place is in America and what people spend money on. It's just crazy. Now, if you enjoyed that, one thing that I forgot to mention at the start, for those of you who are late coming, there is an offer tonight. You can buy our course for $1,000 less than it normally is. So if you go to our website at any time, it shows the price of our course, $2,997. For tonight through Sunday, it's $1,997, or 4 payments of $597 US. But the other thing I forgot to mention is the first 100 people will get a copy of this. Now, this is kind of cool. It's called a hot products list. There are 80 hot products that our team have deep dived into and actually shown you that are hot markets right now, products that you could start and differentiate. For example, Tibetan singing bowl, right? This thing here. Now, these products are unique, the most interesting stuff you can find that have reasonable level of competition, not too much competition. You can apply everything that I'm going to teach you tonight, visual differentiation, a whole bunch of other stuff, but most importantly, have high sales. This product here, $38,000 a month selling this Tibetan singing bowl. There's a whole bunch. There's actually 80 of these throughout, like SUV air mattress, which is an air mattress specifically designed to go into the back of SUVs. Now, not only does it show the product, but it tells you why that product is a great opportunity that you could start on Amazon with right now. This thing here is doing $11,226 a month US on Amazon right now. So one of the biggest challenges people face is, what am I going to sell? And tonight I'm going to give you some training. But if you decide that, hey, listen, I think I want to do this, this is a great document to have because it has 80 hot product ideas that they've just released. Our team has researched and studied them for you, and you will get this as a bonus if you're in the first 100 people. So if you do want to get started, go ahead and do it before they go. The link is rel.link/go if you'd like that as well. So that's our big sales pitch. $1,997 instead of $2,997. It's a huge saving. We've only done it twice this year. Once when COVID first hit, and we did it last month, and that's the only other 2 times we've done this price. This price is what we launched our course at in 2015, right, or 16 pricing. We've gone way back to help as many people as we can right now through this period. So take advantage of it, guys, because the rest of this year, you're gonna be able to learn this in a deep way and get yourself ready to have a massive 2021. With that being said, let's now jump into the training piece where you can actually learn what, I'm gonna start with, what are the essential tenets of finding a great product for Amazon. Then I'm gonna actually reveal an example of a product that I would sell right now, which beautifully illustrates it for you. So if you're taking notes, now's the time to get the pen and paper, and I want you to draw a circle on that piece of paper, and I want you to write in that circle the word demand. So the first thing that you need to be looking for if you're going to start selling products on Amazon is demand. Now, you saw the software there that we just shown you. That's our software that you'll be able to get when you become a student, you can click on a button while you're browsing Amazon and boom, every product on the page comes up and tells you how much money there is in being sold of that product each month. This makes choosing products so much easier. When we first started, that wasn't available. We had to get approved as a software company. We were one of the first software companies globally to be accepted into Amazon's App Store, and it's a great piece of technology. But you'll be able to push that button and see that people are already buying that thing. So for example, I don't know about you, but I was shocked when I saw how much money was in bird feeders and garden markers. I mean, who would have thought, right? So the key is you don't want to invent a new product that's never been seen before because nobody's looking for it and buying it. The name of the game here is to find where the fish are and put a better lure on the hook, right? Don't try to reinvent the wheel here. The reason that you sell in a marketplace is because the traffic problem is solved. There are already millions of people shopping on Amazon every day, millions literally shopping on Amazon every day. They're already buying things. They don't go to Amazon to research, they go to buy, right? So be in a market where people are buying, where there are fish. Now, once you've established that there's demand, which is like super easy, the next thing you need to find is a product with gas factor, G-A-S. So if you've drawn a circle like that, draw another circle here that's a little bit lower and they intersect in one corner there, right? Right, G-A-S. G-A-S stands for give a shit. Sell products that people give a shit about. Why is that important? Because in business, it is all about what? Not turnover, it's about leftover, right? Now, if you want to have more leftover, then what the key is to create a product where people are less price sensitive if they find something they really like. For example, if you are going to sell Kleenex tissues, first of all, nobody gives a shit about Kleenex tissues. It's a $5 purchase. You go in, you put in Kleenex tissues, you see the first box, you click and you go. You're not going to pay $10 for one that's got a prettier box because you don't give a shit. You just want to wipe your nose, right? You're not going to read the reviews, look at the photos, go 5 pages deep and do your research. You're over and out, right? If you're selling wedding dresses, in fact, pretty much anything to do with weddings, do people care about their weddings? Yes, there is a high give a shit factor about weddings, which is why in the background here I have wedding cake toppers sitting behind me because we often use those as examples. Wedding cake toppers is an amazing niche, right? You would be amazed. They range from $1,000 a month right up to $50,000 to $60,000 a month per wedding cake topper, right? Which is just mind-blowing. Weddings are never going to go away. They're always going to be here. Despite being the leading cause of divorce, getting married remains popular. Who would have thought? But there you go. So if you sell a wedding cake topper that is cool, that is different, that people like, and they go, well, all the other ones are 15, but this one's 20, who gives a shit, right? They're not price sensitive because they have a high give a shit factor about the product itself. There is an element of care. And there are a lot of products that people care about, right? People care about different things for different reasons. It's not always things as emotive as weddings. There's lots and lots of other products. For example, you know, this penguin right here. When you're buying this, there is a degree of care because you're buying it for your son or your daughter that you love, right? They've just seen Frozen and they want to get a penguin. You want to get one they're going to like, right? You're like, oh, that one's cute, right? It's not like you're going to buy the first one. You're going to look at all the photos, and if one's really, really cute and it's $5 extra, who gives a shit? But that $5 is going to make a big difference to your leftover if you're the owner of it. So just to get the mind working before I reveal the product that I would start with right now, why, if you are in this business, right, you think about it, high demand, high give a shit. Now what we need to do is the third piece, which is we need to spot a gap in the market. I'll come back to penguin in a second. Spot a gap in the market. That means you've looked at all the penguins or you've looked at all the wedding cake toppers and you go, I reckon I can beat that. I reckon I can do something better than that. And if you come up with an idea that you think's better than that, and we'll even teach you how to test that it's better than that in a moment, then you're in business. You know people buying it. You know people give a shit, and if a new one comes in that's a bit cooler, there's a good chance you'll get picked, even if you don't have the reviews. And the third element is there's a gap in the market that you've identified. For example, I used to teach on wedding cake toppers all the time. Back then when I was teaching it, there was no African Americans, there was no same-sex wedding cake toppers, and there was opportunities all over the place. There was no Trump supporters, there was no overweight people, skinny people, people with tattoos. And I encouraged our students, and now some of those things have started to pop up. It's mind-blowing how much money there is in these kinds of niches, right? So, but there's literally 250 million different products on Amazon's marketplace. So it's endless what you can do with a little bit of imagination, a little bit of creativity. The next thing, once you've identified these, and we're going to go back to the penguin in a minute, then I'm going to show you the product, is you need to visually differentiate. What does that mean? It means you need to stand out based on what you see. So think about Tinder, right? Tinder is a dating app for all the single people out there. They open the app, they see a guy or a girl, whatever they're into. They put in an age group, they put in sex, and then boom, there's a photo of a guy or a girl, and you go hot or not, basically, left or right. Right if you like them, left if you don't. Okay, so left, right, and all you're doing is looking at a photo. It's horrible, but it's how we shop, right? Same thing, when you go to buy this penguin for your kid because they're addicted to penguins now and infatuated by penguins because they watch Frozen, the first thing you're going to do is look at the photos. You're not going to look at the price, you're not going to look at the reviews until you found the one that you like the look of, okay? So you need to think about, how can I visually differentiate and stand out from the crowd? So, for example, this product here, if I was entering this market, I would go, okay, well, what defines a cute penguin? What I'd probably do is go and look at the movie Frozen, notice the aspects of the animals that are the cutest, and I'd probably hire a cartoonist, or maybe 2 or 3 cartoonists using an Upwork site, an outsourcing site like Upwork or freelancer.com, and I'd say, hey, listen, I want to develop a penguin character. I want a male and a female penguin character, and I want you to have a crack at making it the most cute thing possible for a stuffed toy. And like, these guys are cheap, like $15, $20 an hour. Just throw to the wide shot again, Aaron, while we're sitting here, if you can, if the Mevo's still working. There it is. See the artwork on the walls here? This was all designed on Upwork and Freelancer by an artist in Spain that we hired for $25 an hour. And then it cost us about $200 to get it designed. Then we got a local surfer to come in and actually paint it on the walls, just to give you an idea. Thanks, Aaron, for doing that. So you can do the same thing. There's hundreds, actually thousands of cartoonists all over the world that you could hire for pennies on the dollar and say, I want a male and female penguin. I want to see who comes up with the cutest one. Maybe a couple $100 later, you've got 5 designs that you love. You get votes from your friends, right? And you go, right, that's the one I'm going to do. Then you get it made into a pattern, and then you get your prototype made, very cheap to do. And then what you do is you take photos, right? And you print those photos out, you print out the photos of the 5 best-selling penguins on Amazon, you put them all on the wall. This is all before you've spent any real money. And you ask your friends who've got kids, say, which of these penguins do you reckon is the cutest? And if they're picking yours regularly in the top 2 or 3 out of the 5 or 10 on the wall, you know you've hit the jackpot with winning the visual differentiation war. Does that make sense? All right, so if you've got high demand, you've got gas factor, you've noticed a gap in the market, and you've got a cute penguin, what I would do is I would get a male and a female penguin together. I'd put a pocket in the front, and I'd put a pebble in there that says, I love you. And the reason I would do that is because penguins, when they mate, this is a fun fact, a male penguin, if he finds a female that he likes, he goes off to find a pebble, and he finds the most beautiful pebble he can, he picks it up, he puts it on his feet, and he walks over to the female, and then he puts it on in front of her, and she looks at the pebble, and if it's up to scratch and she likes that rock, she takes it under her feet and under her pouch, and they're now mated for life. How romantic is that, right? So you could have 2 penguins and the giving rock, and it would stand out from every other penguin on Amazon because there's 2, so you can put the price up. It's a beautiful story to be able to tell your child. That is an example of bringing creativity to a marketplace where there is demand. And this one, as I said, is doing 13 grand a month, but there's 50 of them on page 1, and this is about, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd line down on page 1. So that's the power of imagination, and that is why just throw the wide shot again here, Aaron. I know we're doing this a bit tonight. If you look above me here, right behind where I'm sitting, right, it says imagination is more important than knowledge, a quote by Albert Einstein. That is why we painted that on that wall, because as an Amazon seller, our job is to be a shopper. That's it. We don't have to build it ourselves. We don't have to ship it ourselves. We don't have to pack it ourselves. We don't have to do any of that. We need to observe a market, find where there's money using the software, and then create products that people want and it's fun, right? Which is super, super awesome. And this is why our students are winning. So with all of that said, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to reveal to you, as advertised, the product that I would start with right now if I was starting again from scratch. And I'm going to tell you why I would start with this product, all right? So, first of all, it's highly emotive. Second of all, it's over $100. Now, I personally like to sell things that are a little bit more expensive because I don't have to sell as many units, and a lot of people get scared off selling more expensive things. They're all trying to find the product that they can start for $1 instead of a product that might cost them $20 a unit but sell for $200. That market is far less crowded when you move into those sort of more expensive things, which is what I like to do. I would rather sell 4 a day, be completely off the radar, but it's selling for $200. So I'm doing like $800 a day in sales off one product that's only 4 sales. I don't have to have thousands of units of inventory. That's what I like to do now. It's super high margin. It's recession proof, what I'm going to show you, and it's not price sensitive at all. And how I came to this is what you'll learn about me is I'm going to show you a bunch more products tonight and blow your mind with some numbers, but what I like are non-sexy things. I don't like things like supplements and lipstick and fashion, right? I don't like those things because everybody wants to be in what's sexy. They want to go to a party and say, I've got my own activewear brand, you know, and I've got my own supplements brand, or I make my own lipstick. People love to tell that story. I would rather sell toilet paper or freaking medical supplies because people always use that shit. It's usually dominated by lazy big companies that don't give 2 shits about it, as I'll show you tonight. Like, just to give you an example of a non-sexy but highly profitable product, look at this, right? See this? This is a towing strap. How boring is that? It's a towing strap. You wouldn't believe how much money there is in these. Have a guess how much this towing strap does per month. $70,000 US a month. And prior to this company coming along, almost all of the sellers on Amazon were just big industrial supplies company who literally sat on the floor of the warehouse, took a photo and said, that's our towing strap, and were selling shit tons of them, right? Until the entrepreneurs came along and started to get the software and go, I reckon we could do it better than that. Medical supplies, all those categories are enormously profitable with limited competition because it's just big medical companies that are as boring as batshit. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So the product that I would start with today, if it was me, is this. Now, this isn't the product that I would sell, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with an ugly one that's available on Amazon right now and why I would go into it. So here it is. Boom. Look at that. What is it? It is a human ashes urn. So when somebody passes away, now you might, this is what you put the ashes in. Now, I know that might seem a bit morbid, right? I discovered this niche 2 years ago, and I still don't think anybody's innovated in a real way in there. I'm going to show you in just a moment what I mean by that. Now, I love it because it's non-sexy. What do they say? Death and taxes, right? Now, how I got, it's inevitable. It's happening to everybody. So the reason that I got to this was I was looking at weddings, and I thought, what are the most emotional events in people's lives, right? Because I teach demand, gas factor, and an opportunity, right? Space in the market. So I was showing these wedding cake toppers and thought, well, what's the other big events? Funerals, right? Sad, but emotional. Now, if I'm buying an ashes urn for somebody in my family that's just passed away, are you price sensitive, yes or no? Not really, right? I mean, you want to buy something nice. You don't want to be a cheapskate, especially if it's going to go in your home. Guess how much this thing does a month? Have a look at this thing. This thing could not be more ugly in my opinion, right? But it's probably serviced and targeted at an older demographic in my view. It's very sort of what you'd see in a retirement home rather than perhaps what you'd see in a modern home. It says, it broke our hearts to lose you, but you did not go alone, for part of us went with you on the day God called you home. Now that's a beautiful quote, right? I love the idea of the quote. I just think this is super, super dated. I think it's old-fashioned, and frankly, I think it's ugly. But this does $18,000 US per month, right? Here's another one. Look at this one. I would never have that in my house, and I would never have this in my house, right? It's blue with white doves. it's steel. Basically what this says to me is that's mum on the fireplace, just in case you are wondering, to all your guests when they come over. I personally don't want it to be that conspicuous as a consumer. I would like something much more subtle. I would like something that's more fitted into my home that feels a bit warmer perhaps than this, right? I'm going to show you what I found in just a moment. But before I show you the product that I found, because one of the strategies I teach is to look on Amazon, see what's there, and then look in the greater world of Pinterest and Google and whatever, and find beautiful versions that may not be on Amazon yet, and then sell those, right? Find a supplier for it. One of our most successful students who's watching tonight, I know, is Angela up on the Sunshine Coast. Angela's business grew to 300,000 US in a month when it was absolutely booming at one point with a product she launched. It took off, it did great for her. And she's at home running this business at that level. Her strategy was simply that. She found a product, it was a kid's product. She couldn't find anything she liked. She just had a young child, well, a baby, they're all young, of course. She has $19,000 a month. That's probably more towards what I might have in my home. At least it's neutral colored, but I still probably wouldn't buy that myself, but it's doing $19,000 a month. This one, as I told you, is 18,000 US dollars a month that I held up before. But look at the photos. Those are literally the 4 photos they're using to sell it. Like the white ones with the background where it's been cut out, then they've basically just taken the exact same photo before they photoshopped it and took the background out and put those up as the other photos. That's how little shits they've given. They literally don't give a single shit about this product. There's no effort to make that look in a beautiful home with a warm fireplace with perhaps a photo of somebody that's loved, sitting next to it, with beautiful plants in the background, to just put it in situ. Zero effort. This one here is doing $24,700 a month. Again, a bit more neutral. Again, it looks way too much like an urn for me and just reminds me of death when I see it. I think there's huge opportunity to innovate here. These are the 3 photos that they use to sell it. Now keep in mind, you can add 9 photos to your listing and these guys are using 3, right? $24,700 US a month. I mean, guys, this is 300 grand a year US of one urn. One that I don't think is that great. I don't think the brand is that great. Like, look at the brand. The brand is called FedMax. 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 Right? Think about it from a branding point of view. Is that like a great brand, FedMax? It sounds like Federal Express to me. It doesn't sound like Compassion Urns or Human Urns or Humanity or, I don't know, there's a million names that would be better, I'd reckon, than FedMax. But it's not just the product, guys. I want to show you something else. This is what's also deeply disappointing and shows you where the opportunity is. This is literally the box that they send me this $18,000 a month product in, this one here, right? Straight out of China, zero shits given. Does this box and packaging say, we're so sorry for your loss? This box and packaging says, we are cheap as fuck and we don't give a shit about you. That's what it says to me. You might be laughing at home, but seriously, if I owned this business, an Ash's Urn business, I would have the most beautiful packaging with a beautiful card inside, for starters, saying, our condolences on your loss. I mean, it's not that hard, right? I bought 5 of them. Not one had a letter or any insert saying, we're so sorry that you had to order this product. We're grateful for the sale, but we're so sorry. Obviously, there's been somebody, I mean, it's 101, but people don't give a shit. What they do is they copy what others have done without trying to be at all original, because people at their core are fundamentally lazy. So if you are interested in actually making an impact in people's lives, and if you're good at stopping and thinking about people in the time of their purchase, then it's wide open to people who have any degree of care. So I'm going to show you now a product that I found being sold in Europe that isn't on Amazon in America as far as I know. I don't think it's there at the moment. And it's a totally different take on an urn. Look at this. All right, can you see that on the camera? This is a wooden urn. It is, the smell of this I can't describe. It is beautiful. It's handmade, and the lid comes off here, right? So that's the lid, so you can see it, right? Beautiful piece of wood. I would actually sit this in my home. It's real timber. You get this made in India, not in China. You'd avoid all the tariffs as well, which is cool. And inside is a keepsake. So you can put a photo, you can put rings, you can put a watch, whatever, and then the ashes sit underneath, right? This to me, I've actually had this sitting when I bought it in my home, just because it was just a beautiful piece, right? It's just a beautiful thing to have sitting in your home. I have a home on the beach, it goes with the sand in the background, and I can have that sitting on the windowsill with a family member's ashes in it, and it feels warm, it feels earthy, it feels natural, it's environmentally friendly, and it certainly isn't as in your face as this. I mean, which would you prefer in your home? I mean, I think it's hands down this one, right? Now this one is $500 because they're not selling on Amazon. You can get this made for maybe $20, maybe $25 in India, and put it in a beautiful packaging and so on, or something similar to this. You wouldn't copy it exactly, you create your own one. And then you would sell that for probably $200, and your margin would be outrageous. I mean, they're selling it for $500, and I bought it, right? Because I wanted to show you, and obviously other people are buying it as well, because they want a beautiful urn for the person they loved, right? Their mum, their dad, their pet, whatever. Huge opportunity there with that, with a little bit of lateral thinking. But I actually went ahead and got some photos done as well. And in our course, we teach you the importance of photos, but the photos I'm about to show you are actually renders. So I took that to Brisbane to a 3D scanning shop. It cost me about, I think, $100, and they did a 3D scan of it. I sent it off to a renderer, which all of this we teach in our course. And so digitally, they made these photos. So let's throw back to the slides, Aaron, and show photo number 1. So here we have, now that's not a real photo, right? That the photo is, but we dropped in the candle, we dropped in the urn digitally, and so you can see it sitting in a home. This is another example of it in situ in a home with a couple of pebbles, which speak to the fact that it's like a wooden pebble. This is another shot that we had of it on a mantelpiece, so people could see the woodwork in the context of, there's a photo of my granddad, and there's his pipe, and there's, a wall plaque behind. Just a lot more natural and warm, right? This is it showing it in situ in a modern, beautiful home that somebody may aspire to own. Here's another photo of it in situ, right? Sitting there, looking out over the valley with the ashes there in your favorite spot where you like to think or read or have a glass of wine. And here's another photo of it in situ here, right? So, guys, this is the type of thinking that is this is innovation, and this is what Australians and Kiwis and we do it so well, right? We're so good at that, and this is what I love about Amazon is we are problem solvers. I don't know how to make the urn. I don't know, how to do distribution, or I don't really want to stick stickers on labels. What I want to do is create products I'm proud of, and it could be anything. Like under this desk here, I've got so many products. I just want to show you one more, just by way of example. This one here does 7,000, I think it is, a month, and it's a egg container, right? It's a plastic egg container for when you go camping, right? There it is there. This is a piece of shit. It is plastic, it looks toxic, it looks like you wouldn't want your baby to lick it or they'll die, and the packaging is literally just a hang thing. But it does $6,000 or $7,000 a month. I would try and find like corn-based recycled material to make it out of, so it's hard but eco-friendly. I'd put a natural bamboo paper around it and make it environmentally friendly, because campers who buy these things are environmentalists, right? It might sell for $2 or $3 more, but it looks good, I'm doing good for the environment, and I've created a brand out of it. This one just doesn't do that, right? And none of them do what I've just described on Amazon. So what I'm getting at here, guys, is if you have a love for creativity, a love for creation, then this business can be right for you. Now, I want to show you a photo here. This here is when I was in China, and I was looking for what else I could make urns out of. Now, I never launched the business because I've been so busy with everything else, teaching and so on. I already had other brands going. But I was there at the Canton Fair, and I was talking to people who made pots and made cooking bowls and all sorts of stuff. And I got some things like this just to sort of show you what's out there in the market. For example, like this here. This is actually quite a beautiful concrete pot that's actually a pot plant, right? Now these guys can have like literally hundreds of different designs that they will modify for you, that with the right top on it, like a marble top or a bamboo wood top, could be an urn. It'd have to be a bit bigger, but this literally costs $2 and could be sold for $80 if it was being sold as an urn. Now, I didn't particularly like the style of this, but it's got wooden feet. And just to show you, to get the head ticking over, of what other types of products could you source and sell as urns that are massive, massive margins, because as plant pots, they're not worth much, but as urns, it's a completely different price point, and it depends the box, the port, the story, the narrative, what you do to change it. So these guys here owned a kitchenware company, and I was over there looking at some of their stuff. These were 3 of the products that I picked out that I really loved. I thought could be ultra modern looking in a beautiful waterfront home, very contemporary urns, right? With some kind of timber lid or stone lid. So I was quite the way down of doing this, but I just never got around to actually finishing it off. But just to show you, these products were like $2 each, right? And the average urn is selling for like 60 or 70. The high-end ones are up to about 150. So massive, massive margin. Here's another example of products. This is guitar stands on Amazon. Some of the guitar stands on page 1. The average guitar stand is doing $21,000 a month. Let me just have a quick swig of water. So I went off Amazon and thought, okay, what other beautiful ideas are there outside? And I found 3 here. These are not on Amazon. These are, well, they weren't at the time I did my research. This is about 9 months ago I did these, but these are products that you could source and then sell on Amazon that have already been invented. You just need to find the supplier, which we teach in the course is very, very simple. If you wanted to go ultra high end, look at these beautiful guitar stands that could be sold as well. Now, I mentioned before that medical products is something that I love because they're boring. Like, look at the photo there. They have literally just taken a photo of the box that the thing comes in. What it is a cast bandage protector. So if you've got a broken arm, you put a plastic bag over it. That is literally the photo they have of it, right? There's no photo of a kid by a pool, with it. It's just the photo of the box. $28,000 a month it's doing. $28,000 a month. This one here, $6,000 a month. How lazy is that as a listing? There is 9 photos you can take. They've done 3. Look at it in the top left corner. Only got 146 reviews. Small amount of reviews, $6,000 a month. Think about what you could do with this with kids. Could you not print something on there like little elephants or dolphins or I don't know, something to make it a little bit better? Look at this. This is the dodgiest one. I mean, look at the photo. Oh my God. It's some dude that looks like he's from the 70s playing water polo in a swimming pool with a rubber mitt over his arm, his bandage. Does $5,800 a month. This one here, again, just a photo of the box, $7,693 a month. While I was in the medical category, I looked at this. This is what they call a transfer bench. It's basically a thing that people put over to get off their wheelchair and into a bathtub. $87,000 a month. That thing is ugly as shit. Couldn't you do something better, like make the legs matte black, change that backrest from that shitty hospital looking white, and then put a wooden polish like it's off a boat, like a marine grade wood on the back, matte black legs, and maybe a little bit of padding on the seat. I mean, people will pay an extra $50 if it looks so much better because it sits in their home. Right? They may need that assistance, but they don't want their home to look like a hospital in the same way I don't want my home to look like mum's sitting on the fireplace necessarily, right? A little bit of lateral thinking is what is required here in order to do well. I'm just going to show you a couple more products, but if this is making sense for you at home, give me a thumbs up. because what we teach, guys, a lot of it is common sense, but there is a lot more to know than just how to find a product, which is why we have the course. In the course, we teach you guys, I'm going to show you a few more products in a minute. There's so much more to learn. We teach you how to do proper research. This is just scratching the surface. You need to understand competitors. You need to understand sourcing. You need to understand pricing and sourcing. You need to understand contractor terms. You need to understand so many things about importing and exporting and certifications. For example, if you wanted to do this wooden urn, you need to make sure you got the right paperwork. All of that stuff we teach in the course. We teach you everything about marketing your listing, how to get your listing up, how many photos you should have, what should be in your photo set, what order your photos should be in and why, what technical specifications you want to overlay over the photos, how to get reviews, how to get onto page 1 from day 1. These are all things that we teach, how to write the right headline to get the attention of the algorithms, how to make sure that your bullet points are written correctly so that they get noticed by the algorithms and also sell your product effectively, how to handle all kinds of shipping things, how to, like, once your supplier says, all right, your 1,000 penguins are ready, how do you get those shipping labels that the supplier in China or India or wherever you're sourcing from, they have to put these PDF shipping labels onto the product. Well, how do you get those PDFs to them? Where do they put it on the box? Where does the barcode go? How do you get a barcode? This is all the stuff we teach you as you go along the journey. There's 2 ways you can start this business, guys. One, you try and figure it out all yourself, which will be longer, more expensive, you'll make mistakes, and there's a good chance you might quit because you'll hurt yourself before you get there, you'll wreck yourself before you check yourself. Or you can join a community of people who are dedicated to this, who are committed, as you saw when I showed you where I am tonight, to making the world's best training and have proven it with over $1 billion in sales, the world's best Amazon trainings, you can see on the wall there, who have proven it through results. And we teach you to do it slowly and the correct way. Like you can't see it, and even if you go to the wide shot, but on the far wall it says, haste is the enemy of awesome. So we don't tell you to rush, we tell you to do it properly, step by step by step. In the course, there are 6 mind maps which we give you. These mind maps map every single step in sequential order to building your Amazon business based on you knowing nothing, even if you've never sold online at all ever before, from the very first thing to the second thing to the third thing to the fourth thing, all the way through. 6 phases to building an Amazon business, ordered, structured, and embedded with everything that you need, like how do you go and get a supplier? Do you need a sourcing agent? The answer is it's advisable. We teach you how to get a sourcing agent, what you should be paying them, how to contract with them, all of that stuff. What are the terms? How much should you pay up front? How much you pay at the end? Should you get a third-party inspector to look at the goods before they leave China and you pay the final payment? The answer is yes. But how do you get one? Who do you use? We give you all our contacts, all our supplies in all of those areas in this program, which is why our students are succeeding the way that they're succeeding. So if you do want to get the program, Aaron, just throw up the link again. Remember, only the first 100 people are going to get access to this hot products list. 80 products that is brand new. It's been researched right now. Like, this one here, indoor herb garden, very, very hot niche right now. Indoor herb gardens, right? That one's actually beautifully packaged. This one's doing just under $20,000 a month, which is cool. So there's a whole bunch more ideas like that, but we're only going to give it to the first 100 because if we give it to more than the first 100, the validity of it, the value of it goes down. Because if we give this to 1,000 people, it doesn't have the same value as if we give it to 100. So we're only giving this to the first 100, and if you get started now, you're going to get a whole $1,000 off our normal price. We've only done this twice before in the history of the company have we sold the course this cheap. We are doing it to help you guys at the end of a shit show of a year to get in and learn a new skill. Because for entrepreneurs, they don't give a shit what's happening with the election. They don't care what's going up and down because they know how to create money. And that is what we will teach you in this course, how to create money through imagination and using your brain to identify gaps in markets that are already there without you having to learn Facebook and Google marketing and Instagram marketing. Just sell to the people that are already there. Right? That's what we teach in our program. In addition to the learnings, you'll get access to our community of over 11,000 students worldwide. We have a private Facebook community. If you have a question, you just type in there what the question is, and all the people who've asked that question before, all the answers will come up and you'll see them right away. And if you can't find the answer, post it in there. We'll go to bed, wake up the next day, and you'll have answers from people in our community from all over the world who help you. Because there are 250 million different products that people could be selling, from garden markers to urns to towing straps to stuffed penguins, nobody gives a shit. They all help each other because there is so much market and so few people that think about it in the way that I teach you. When I tell you there's 11,000 students, that's nothing. There are 2.5 million Amazon sellers in the world right now, active Amazon sellers globally. And I showed you the results earlier that our students are getting today. Why are they able to get it today? Is because they're thinking in a way and they're trained in a way that so few are, right? So if you want to become highly skilled with a real training organization like we showed you where we are here tonight, this is not a guy sitting in his underpants at home. We have a team worldwide. We've done over $1 billion in sales. Our students have done over $1 billion in sales. This is the real deal that you have stumbled upon. It's not some dodgy shitbox little course where everything looks great in the market and then you get into the course and it's shit, then go on. So what we're going to do, just while I have a drink, Aaron, I'm just going to play the tape of what's in the course, and when we come back, I'm going to show you guys some more products because I know you guys love this, and there's another niche I want to show you that I think you're going to absolutely love. But Aaron, just roll that tape so people can see what's in the course, because I know about now people are making their decision. I want you guys to get this, get on it while it's cheap, and get started with it. So roll the tape, and I'll be right back so I can have a drink of water.
At Reliable Education, we're really excited to take you from having earned $0 to earning your first dollar on Amazon and beyond. And that all starts with being genuine and honest about what you get when you begin your journey in our community. So with that in mind, let's jump in and take a sneak peek behind the curtain of what you can expect. We've got over 250 videos in our course, separated out into easy to follow modules that will guide you step by step through the training to support you into getting your product and your brand live on Amazon. This professionally produced course was shot here in our studios and over the world. You'll be learning from top sellers and industry experts, and we even take you through our exclusive guide to thriving at the world's largest trade fair. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The team here at Reliable take it even further than that, with an additional resources and inspiration section filled with great bonuses, including our best live event talks, smash hit student-only webinars, and in-depth student interviews. We go above and beyond that again by offering even more learning tools. Each and every lesson is transcribed. We give you links to resources associated with the lessons, and there's informative PDF guides for you to download and print out to reference at any time. Plus, with so much training on hand, if you want to jump into a particular subject, simply type the phrase into the search bar to be pointed directly to the videos you need. And so that you'll never get lost, we track your progress through the course, so you can always jump right back in where you left off. Need more inspiration and advice? We have that too. You'll discover even more value for money when we introduce you to our community. We have over 11,000 students around the globe that are there alongside you to help and encourage you to thrive in your Amazon journey. Our private Facebook group is where you can go to find a treasure trove of informative posts and successful Amazon sellers that are more than happy to help assist with the toughest of questions, lift you up through the hard times, and celebrate your successes. We can even help you join your own mastermind, a private, small, close-knit group of students that you can bounce ideas off, keep each other accountable, and help each other through the Amazon jungle. With the addition of our worldwide support team that is there for you 24/7, you'll have all the support you need to keep you on track. Reliable Education is more than just Amazon. It's about building your dream life, reaching your goals, and creating a successful business online. And that all starts now with you.
Okay, welcome back. So, like I said, the program is legit. It is not a piece of shit. And the reason I make this point, guys, is because over the years, I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. I started as a picture framer in Browns Plains in Brisbane, and I left high school, age 16, went straight to my first job, and I haven't had any university education, all been self-education. Over the years, I've bought all kinds of courses, webinars, seminars, been to Tony Robbins, done all those different things. And a lot of times, to be honest with you, I'd watch the marketing, all excited, get the course, and it's shit. So because they put all the effort into the marketing and no effort into the actual course. What you just saw was the latest version, which was upgraded earlier this year. We just redid everything, brought it right up to the latest, most current stuff. It is professionally produced, professionally recorded, shot all over the world. It is literally the best training you can get on this subject matter globally, and it's from humble, burly heads here in Australia, which we are very, very proud of. Now, I do want to let you know, before I jump into some more of these products I've been pulling up to show you guys, my team have told me that this thing is flying off now. So if you do want this and you want to be one of the 100 people that have this book, then please get started now, because I don't want you to miss it. It is moving very quickly since we promoted at the start of this session. So get to it if you want to get the hot products list. All right, so I want to show you a couple of other things just to show you how big some of these markets are. Now, and this is why also you need that software, which you'll be able to get access to as a student. Because which of these two things do you think makes more money? Right now, if you don't have the software, how would you know? Is it the penguin? Is it the sloth? Is the penguin? Is the sloth? The answer is this does $13,000 a month. The sloth does $38,000 US a month. Right? That just gives you an indication of why you need to do your research, right? Now, you might be thinking, how do you expand your business? Well, if you start off, let's say you only want to start small. You start off with something like this penguin, $1 a unit. The idea of this and what's so exciting about Amazon is that you are selling for the first time in your life, perhaps, something other than your time. You're selling a product. This here is effectively the same as an investment property or a stock. You are putting money into it, it goes off to the market, and it comes home with a profit. The difference is the ROI on this is way, way more. I teach a concept in my book called velocity retailing, and also in the course. Velocity retailing means the more times you can turn this little penguin over and the higher the margin, the more money you make. If you can turn that product over 4 times a year, and every time you turn it over you make 30% margin, you're making 30% a quarter on your money compounding, because you take the profits, and once you've got profits and you buy enough penguins that you don't need anymore, then the profits go into your next product, being the sloth, right? And then once the profits grow and you've got enough inventory to keep the sloth in stock, then you go into koala bears, right? Who knows? That is how you build your wealth through Amazon. You start with a single SKU that you can afford, that you've done the research, that you've won the battle with based on what we teach in the program, and you expand. Cake toppers, right? Let me again show you. This one here is doing $2,600 US a month. You've probably seen these in cake stores all over the world. It's the bride dragging the groom to the altar. Very old-fashioned idea. This one is far more fancy in my opinion, right? It's more tasteful. This one here, muted colors, have a guess. Answer is $35,000 US a month. $35,000 US a month off one cake topper. This particular woman does millions of dollars a year. She has about 100 different designs, absolutely crushing it as a cake topper die-on. Another one I wanted to show you in the medical space, right? Look at this. You might be laughing at me right now. This is a urinal system, right? This thing does $33,000 a month in sales, but it looks so medical. What could you do to this with a little bit of imagination to improve the life of somebody who needs this product? Could you put a Hessian bag on it? Make a little bit more discreet and less like it's, you know, whatever has led to that situation, which is obviously something some people have to deal with. So guys, there is huge money all over the map on Amazon. What there is a distinct lack of is people with imagination, heart, and passion for solving problems. The reason Elon Musk is one of the wealthiest people in the world is because he solves problems that other people don't solve as well, big problems, right? So this business isn't that hard on the surface. There's a lot to learn technically and process-wise and all that stuff, which can all be learned through the program. But we have done so well because we teach our students the art of solving retail choice problems for consumers. We talk about branding, packaging. We have branding experts, packaging experts. We show you how to find amazing designers to help you with these projects, and you have fun doing it. If you are tired of getting home and having too much month at the end of the money and always being tight for cash and never having something that's actually yours, a side hustle that you can do legitimately around your job, this is one of the few vehicles available to you. It is something that you can't do in one hit. It is, you can't just go, okay, I'm just going to start selling cake toppers. Well, you have to start researching. Once you do the research, you follow the steps, the mind maps, and the charts that you'll be able to print off out of our course so you know what you're doing. You'll research, you'll identify exactly what your category, your gap is. Then you'll go, okay, now I need to find a supplier. And then you start outreaching to suppliers for free and really quickly using what we teach you. It's super easy. It's actually quite fun. Then you'll start getting samples drawn or made and sent back to you. You'll get the samples, you'll look at them, you'll make some changes. What I'm getting at is that you can't just do it in a hit in 30 days. It's a side hustle. It's something you chip away at for a few months, then eventually you got your product, you send your first order off, you get it checked by the third-party inspection company that we'll recommend to you so that you don't get screwed over, right? It goes off, you put your listing up, and all of a sudden you start getting these results and you start seeing all the results along the way in the community. Every day you log in, you see the Facebook group, you see somebody who's like 3-4 months ahead of you going live on Amazon. You go, oh my God, I'm so excited. You see their results, you see somebody posting, I made $100,000 a month this month in sales. Somebody did 200,000, somebody did 15,000. Everybody's supporting each other, answering questions and moving towards the common goal of having agency over their life, of having choice back on the table instead of can't go and watch the kids go because I've got to go to work. I can't because. Instead, they start creating a life of options, a life of financial freedom. That's what this is all about. It is not about Amazon. Amazon is simply an extremely efficient means of exporting a simple idea, not a lot of ideas, on a global basis. Imagine having the most popular stuffed penguin on Amazon sold on Amazon Japan, Amazon Australia, Amazon America, Amazon Canada, Amazon Mexico, Amazon Germany, Amazon Spain, Amazon Italy, Amazon France. One product, that's all you need to get free. If you really learn what I can teach you through this program. So, if that is you, if you want to make 2021 and beyond the year that you learn to unleash your creativity, do something you love, and earn money from products, not your time, that sell 24/7 while you're asleep, this is the course for you, this is the community for you, and this is the time to do it, because you have timed this at the time where money is moving to online retail at the record speed. It is the time to be here, and you can buy it for a full $1,000 off, or 4 payments of $597, or 1 payment of $1,997. All you need to do is click on the link around the video. If you get started before Sunday night, those prices are good. Monday morning, the price goes back to normal. We're not guaranteeing that it'll come back to this price ever again as we get towards the end of the year. It is your time now to secure this. And if you're fast, you may still be one of the 100 lucky people to get your very own hot products list, which is an absolutely limited offer to maintain the integrity of that list for the people who get it. Thank you for watching tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't mess around, guys, because life belongs to those who take action. If you're sick of the results you've always had, then don't expect things to be different if you keep doing what you've always done. This is your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. Take a step. You'll know right now, you'll feel right now, you either trust me or you don't. You either believe what you saw tonight when we showed you the studio here, This isn't all make-believe. This is a real business. We've helped a lot of people. We'd be honored to help you as well. I'd love to see you like these people in the presentation I showed you tonight, ordinary people just like you who decided to change their life. Don't mess around though, guys. Take action, because what'll happen, you'll hang up from the call tonight, you go, that was good, I really want to do this. You talk yourself out of it, nothing changes. A year later, you're in the same spot. Just do it. It's $2,000 US. It's nothing for education. It is so cheap to learn the fast way to do this right. Okay? All right, guys, thank you for watching. If I don't see you inside the course, I wish you well. No matter what you're looking for, I hope you find it. If this is the right thing for you, I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group really soon. Last thing I wanted to mention is we have something really cool coming up in about 3 weeks' time. It's a special 2-hour seminar just for our students. It's coming up over 2 nights, about 6 hours of training. Your timing is perfect. You'll be able to join us for that as well. Thank you for watching and have a great night out there. Bye for now.